Guys, Brenda Matikela, welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, I don't know if you've noticed that Usibanda, in his quest of trying to be the greatest, he always has a tendency of exposing the state case in more ways than one. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it's one of those big deals for me. It's one of those things that I've always noticed. Usibanda has a tendency of exposing the case Kabalui. Tell me, why is he showing pictures for starters? Let's start there. Let's just do a few bombs in the J. He shows pictures on the screen and they are shown to us as the public. Now the metadata says the picture was from 2014. All to find out Kimbi was in prison. No Marco. Marco, all of the both of them, they were in prison. And the people that were in that picture were Buthelezi brothers. And you can't have a picture outside in Benoni. And Marco says that picture was taken in 2013. But the metadata is saying 2014. That for me was a bombshell. I don't want to lie. Because now we're going to have to check these pictures. The other issue for me was, I wonder who accused number 3, Uzo Tini, when he comes in the witness box, why was that picture that he is not in his phone? Was it always in his phone, or was it on his Facebook? Okay, fine. They are neighbors, even Emakaya, they grew up together. Sharp. I accept that. But now, was that in his phone, in his Dondon? That is a big ask for me. Was it in his folder, in his phone? I really want to know that. Another issue that I want to talk about is the bombshell that Kimbi dropped. Kimbi told the court that he doesn't know Undanzi. It's his first time laying eyes on Undanzi. He doesn't know Bongani Ndanzi. It's his first time ebonana Undanzi. So if these people are going to accuse him, Undanzi, of supplying Makimba of firearms, how, when it's their first time to see each other? Because I'm sure Undanzi is like, dude, Angwas. But this is my first time seeing you. So how is that going to fly if Kimbi is going to say, this is my first time laying eyes on Undanzi? How is that going to fly? How is it going to be that Kimba got supplied by Undanzi and Kimba is older than Undanzi? Born in August 1986. Undanzi, December 1990. So, and they are not from the same side of Nongoma. The other one, KwaShokolo, the other one, KwaMachamhlope. Like, honestly, these people, are they for real now? Do they take us serious? Osibanda. So, that for me, those two issues, let me start again. First issue is the photo that says 2014. It has the Kimbi. It had 5 Buthelezi brothers, 5 or 6 Buthelezi brothers. Their fathers are brothers. And then the 2 of them, Kimbi and Marco, were in prison for 2013, August to September 20, August 2013 until September 2016. They were in prison. Now, there is that picture that was shown there shows Uguti metadata yayo. It was taken 2014. That was a woo-ha for me. I was shocked when I saw that. The second thing was Kimbi expected to know Ndanzi, but he just saw him for the first time yesterday. That was wow for me. And then Gininda expect us to believe that Kimbi and Ndanzi were bosom buddies because they were supplying each other with firearms. And Kimbi is like, hey, first time. And then Kimbi drops the third bomb now. The first bomb was the picture because he says it was taken in 2013. The second bomb was him not knowing Ndanzi. The third bomb was Kimbi telling us, hey, Simpwe Buthelezi does not know Bongani Ndanzi. And I'm definitely sure about that, because I don't know Ndanzi. Of course, we may not know all the people that our siblings know, but on this one, there is a reason that he says Ndanzi doesn't know him. It's not even lies. He doesn't know him. I believe him when he says so. Because Ndanzi said, I don't know Kimbi. I don't know him. Do you understand? So it's quite... Do you understand? I don't know what Gininda was doing there. The script writing did not go well, guys. It absolutely did not go well. Now, if those things are really the thing to go by, Sanalam, Ukininda did not do a great job. Now, Uqiniselani Buthelezi testified he does not know. Choose number 2. He reportedly told the court it was his first time to see him on Friday. And during cross-examination, a lot went down because of those details. But Buthelezi rejected the suggestion that he was the person in the photograph, stating that he was incarcerated from 2013 until 2016. In another photograph that we did not see now, and therefore could not be present in a photo that was taken in 2014. That was another one. Now, there's a lot of things when it comes to these claims, because now they are not making sense. Hence, I'm saying, Ukininda, guys. Also, the broader claims regarding Ntanzi allegedly being a major firearms supplier matters that have been contested throughout the trial, right? The court will ultimately have to evaluate all of this. 1, whether the witnesses making those allegations are credible. 2, whether the documentary and forensic evidence supports those allegations, which they do not have. 3, whether there is corroboration independent of disputed confessions and statement. 4, whether the state has proved its case beyond reasonable doubt. Because, guys, it can't. No, Ukininda cannot expect South Africans and the court to accept the nonsense. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. Now, one of the recurring themes in the trial has been the clash between the state narrative that links the accused through confessions, statements, and alleged criminal associations. And 2, the defense's argument that many of those links are unsupported, contradicted, or the product of flawed investigations. So if Buthelezi's testimony remains intact under cross-examination and is not successfully impeached, the defense will likely argue that it weakens the credibility of parts of the state narrative concerning Ntanzi's allegations, concerning associations, concerning a lot of things, Simphiwe's issues, concerning the statement that Gininda says Simphiwe made. That is another bomb that exploded there. Because if Simphiwe was sick, as this man is saying Simphiwe was sick, there is no way that he made a statement. But we will talk about that in another video, this part of Simphiwe. One thing for sure is that Gininda messed up a lot. Whether he wants to accept it or not is another thing, but he messed up. What the court cannot do, however, is it decides the case based on suspicion on our public opinion. Judge Ratamu has a duty that needs to ultimately assess the totality of the evidence before determining what weight, if any, should be given to Buthelezi's testimony and the state allegations. But I, for one, say there is a much, much bigger weight when it comes to Buthelezi's testimony, because if the defense can bring proof that, in fact, it was already proven that Buthelezi was in prison. So there was no way for someone who is Sibiya, who allegedly known them so much, according to Gininda, would lie and say, would talk about it and say that they were involved but he voluntarily gave the information. Something is off there. Also, the other one is that of Makimbi telling the court about the situation of Simphiwe Buthelezi, how sick he was. Judge Rata needs to look into that. The defense must bring documents and people that we are going to corroborate that also. The other one is the issue of Ntanzi being a firearms dealer. Doesn't make sense if they don't know each other. I don't know about you, but this case has been brought its knees by witnesses that are being brought by the defense. I think Ramsipile has done a wonderful job when it comes to defending Ubongani Ntanzi. I think Ramsipile is proper, guys. He needs some respect. Please put respect next to Ramsipile's name. Please. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. He has done an incredible job. Yes, here and there, Kubako, this and that, but this man, no, let's give Ramsipile his flowers. I need to do a video about that. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Please do comment in the comment section. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.